Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, I would like to begin this broadcast by wishing all of you veterans a wonderful Veterans Day. I can't fathom what it must be like to leave your family, go overseas, fight a war, be shot at. It's amazing what you've done and what you do. So you get a big Bulldog Nation salute and Oracle status, super Oracle status today to all of you veterans. Now, I want to address the latest in the Trump presidential election battle. And of course, it is a battle. And would it surprise you that we're battling all the same people, big tech, media, so forth and so on? They've got like 11,000 people who have come forward to report some of this fraud. They have 200 affidavits and counting. And they say, oh, there's no evidence, there's no evidence. I can tell you this, the Trump campaign isn't about to send out all these affidavits to the media to satisfy them. They will be filed in the court cases, making their record as they go up. Yesterday, I heard Dick Durham, he said, and the senator, he said that, you know what, they're 0-10 now in court. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, who do you think the lower court judges are in Philadelphia, Detroit, Atlanta? Their rulings make no difference. Do they forget Bush v. Gore? Where did Bush finally win? The United States Supreme Court. There also is now statistical work being done that shows that the fact that Trump received over 70 million votes, and based upon the congressional seat pickups, that it is impossible for Biden to have won, except for cheating. I mean, as I said yesterday, the enthusiasm gap was so big, how else can you explain this? And we all knew it was coming. And the big constitutional issue is going to be those mail-in votes. Now, yesterday, there was a congressional hearing in the United States Senate where Andy McCabe, the former deputy director of the FBI, testified by Zoom. And it was hilarious. And the whole crux of the entire hearing, which Lindsey Graham pointed out, was this. How does the FBI get a memo that says they have evidence from credible sources that Hillary Clinton was creating the Russian collusion narrative to take attention away from her email scandal? And what does the FBI do? Nothing. They don't assign any agents. They don't do anything. Yet, they do all that they do on the dossier, the false dossier, the proven false dossier. Just think about that. All of this goes back to the wicked witch of New York, Hillary Rodham Clinton. She created the entire Russian collusion. And something when they talk about election fraud, you know when election fraud began for 2020? It began in 2016. From 2016, after the election, before the election, all the way through now, it's been one big election fraud. It's unbelievable, the amount of the fraud. And McCabe, oh, was he awful. You know, he just acts like, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. Maybe it was negligent, maybe, but we didn't do anything intentional. Are you kidding me? I can tell you, folks, state by state, and by the way, there's recounts. There's been no certification of any state. And there's going to be recounts. The margin in Nevada, the margin in Wisconsin, the margin in Georgia, Arizona, there are going to be automatic recounts. But I can tell you right now, when you start throwing out those Pennsylvania votes, are you kidding me? And look what the Washington Post did. They said the postal worker had recanted when he hadn't recanted. I mean, this is media madness, and it's just more media stuff that we have to put up with. And here's the other thing is, Biden calls for unity. He calls for unity. Yet, they've already announced all the executive orders they're going to make the first day, going back into WHO, the WHO, going back into the Paris Climate Accord. Not going to stop building the wall. I can tell you right now, the Obama administration was one series after the other of just stupidity, illogical crap. There isn't anything that they did that made sense. Trump takes over, and everything he's doing is making sense. How he wants NATO to pay for every part of their defense. You know, the building the wall, helping immigration. They're going to reverse everything. They call for unity, which is a joke because they never accepted the 2016 election. They call for unity, and then they're going to reverse all of the actions that 70 million people in this country voted for. It's hilarious. But here we go. Absolutely ridiculous policies from Biden. Socialist policies. By the way, in Georgia, we're going to hold on to that Senate. They called the North Carolina seat. Cunningham conceded to Tillis. But I can tell you right now, in Georgia, between the coronavirus, the vaccine. Oh, by the way, how about this? Cuomo wants to delay the use of the vaccine while Trump's still president. You can't make this stuff up, folks. But we have to stay engaged. Everyone has to fight this battle. Here's why. Why should all of us Trump supporters throw up our hands and say, we quit, we've got cheated? Hell no. Trump's going to win this thing of the Supreme Court. If he happens to not win the thing, we need to make Biden and the Democrats' life as miserable as possible and get behind Trump for a comeback in 2024. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.